What's up guys, today's video is very special because I'm going to be as transparent as possible and share my experience of running a 6-figure e-commerce business and go through 7 things I wish someone had told me before starting the business or even getting into e-commerce. Just a bit of background, I've made $130,000 in revenue in just 3 months of my e-commerce store as a beginner and made almost close to no profit. How is that possible? Well, that's why I'm making the video. So with all sincerity, after watching today's video, hopefully you will get more insight into the truth of running an e-commerce brand, successfully maintaining your business, and last but not least, avoid being a dumbass like me and the mistakes that I made. With all that said, let's get to the first point. First, before launching an e-commerce store, you have to have enough capital or seed money. I would say a good ballpark to start is about $2,000 to $5,000 for a single product, but this can also vary depending on how much the product is going to be selling for. A high-ticket item will usually incur more marketing costs since it's harder to convert people to purchase. You're also going to be testing various marketing campaigns and probably going to be optimizing them along the way, which is going to cost you more money, and pretty much marketing costs will eat up most of your budget. Unless you're going to be buying the inventory upfront, you don't really have to have money for it because when you're doing a dropshipping model, for example, you don't need to be buying the inventory and shipping in stock, which means you can just sell the product first, get the money from the customers, and then use the generated capital to continue selling. By the way, if you want to know more about dropshipping, leave a comment below so I can make a guide for you. So now that you have your seed money to start the business, that's great. But now you have to figure out what niche of a product that you want to sell. And when you're thinking of niche, you have to really think about the longevity of it and the product within that niche. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a passion for the product or the niche, but you have to have some sort of interest and connection with the product to keep selling in that specific field. For example, let's say there's a really great product in the fishing industry for a fishing rod and I have no idea about fishing, or I don't even fish at all. Before you even start thinking about selling the product, just ask yourself, are you even interested in fishing? Or do you even care to solve the problem in this sector? If your answer is no, then you probably shouldn't be selling that product. You may say that it could work if the product is a viral product or it's a really revolutionary product, but at the end of the day, you want to try to sell something that you truly care about in order to succeed. When you're thinking of a product to sell, you don't have to necessarily reinvent the wheel. I say this because I sold a mask case during the pandemic, which pretty much solves the problem of mask shortages during the pandemic. This wasn't really a brand new concept that I invented. I mean, copper antibacterial products were already out there, but it was just not used for masks, and that's where I stepped in to solve the problem at the time. Next, when you launch your store, you have to be as organized as you can. What I mean by organized is to really prepare for taxes and keeping track of your inventory, your revenue, and your expenses. When I first started launching my store, I was just so focused on marketing and pretty much selling the product that I didn't really keep track of how much I made and how much was going out and how much I needed to save on the side for tax purposes. So what ended up happening was I made a lot of money, but I also spent a lot of money through the marketing and all these other fees, and I had nothing saved up for taxes. Also, I sold worldwide and not just in America, so there was just so many tax complications that I just never thought of. And of course, since I'm not a tax expert, my best advice is to consult with a CPA when you're setting up your store and selling the product. Trust me, the last thing you want to do is face consequences of tax evasion, which is illegal, and obviously you know that, and at the worst, shut down your business because you're at a loss. Another thing, be prepared to go through headaches of unexpected events such as ad account shutdowns, returns, and shipping delays that happen very frequently for every e-commerce store, small or big. Facebook just loves to randomly ban your accounts for suspicious fraud activities, and this happens to everyone as something that you have to go through and fix it, because when your marketing is down due to a ban, you probably won't be making any sales. But besides that, you can also be stuck with a lot of returns, and in most cases, you have to refund 100% of the money. If not, you're going to be faced with a chargeback, which is done through the credit cards, and it just becomes a huge mess. Lastly, the shipping delays are probably the worst because you have to go through so many customer emails asking where the product is, and you have no idea because they're in transit, and most carriers don't really update the shipping information depending on the carrier you use. In this case, I kindly respond in a timely manner to update as much information as possible to the customers so they don't place a chargeback against you. After you've gone through launching your store, now you have to think about maintaining your business if you're profitable and continue scaling up. However, in order to do that, you have to constantly test out new marketing strategies and retarget your audiences. I'm telling you, marketing is king when it comes to an e-commerce business, because without good marketing, a good product will not sell because people don't know your product exists, or they may know about your product that someone else sells, but they don't know that your store sells it. My copper mask case was a total new product that no one ever saw before, and it would be impossible to sell without proper marketing. Also, as time goes by, your ad that you use will exhaust and die out, and you will need to change it up in order to keep selling. Another thing that you should keep an eye out are the customer reviews and their feedback. A lot of the times, people are going to be leaving negative reviews rather than a good one, because generally, when something is good, people don't really talk about it, but when something is bad, that's when they go at it. I mean, you wouldn't be calling a customer service to say how good your experience is, right?
So the attitude is not going to speed things up any bit at all.
But you call them only when you have a problem. Same thing for reviews, but you shouldn't take it personal because these are feedbacks that can possibly improve your product or your business. So just take everything into consideration and also take it as a grain of salt when there's trolls online. So those are the 7 key points that I felt if someone would have told me, I would have probably done better and possibly have scaled my business into a 7-figure store. Before ending the video, I just want to end in a note that if you have an idea or passion to sell something, don't hesitate. It's never too late, and e-commerce is only growing year by year, and I can assure you that I have never imagined that I can bring in 6 figures of revenue in such short amount of time. But that's how e-commerce works. Thanks for watching today's video, and make sure to subscribe because I share everything that I've learned through my entrepreneur journey, as well as topics on personal finance, side hustles, and figuring out ways of becoming financially free. Peace.